Rich Niemiec, and I'm Executive Advisor to Ralt International's board. I also serve on several other boards as well for tech companies. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Oracle database, some of the features like in-memory, and then also Oracle Cloud on both the database side and the EBS side. I think when I look at the cloud, I think that it's something that can't be stopped. It's people and giving them the ability to leverage big data and to leverage the interfaces to other companies and to use mobile apps. I think the downside of it is it's coming so fast that it's causing people a lot of pain to kind of compress how fast they get to the cloud. And I think that's the bigger issue right now. But some of the features that are out there for database as a service on the cloud, if you want to have a backup, it's nice to have a backup, but you're going to put it at the local bank, you're going to put it on some other cloud. With Oracle, you can send it with RMAN encrypted backup straight to the Oracle Cloud, and it's there when you need it. If you had to fail over for some reason, when you use Oracle Cloud, you have an Exadata in-house, Oracle has an Exadata you could fail right over to. So being able to go to like hardware. Maybe you have some big data where you don't have enough servers, and you know exactly what you want hardware-wise, well, you're familiar with that Exadata performance, so you know exactly what you're going to want for that. I think some of the biggest benefits is if there's a consolidation potential, putting things up in the cloud where I can consolidate 10 databases, also a location potential. So if I have customers in Germany and China and in the US, but my IT is located in Chicago, I could go to the Oracle Cloud and now maybe I could put replicas, using Oracle's multi-tenant database, makes this even a lot easier to actually do a clone of a pluggable database. But I could just take that pluggable database and clone it to China, I can clone it to Germany, and then I can have one here in the States. So the data is closer to the person. There's also EU privacy laws that I have to keep, and it makes it a lot easier to do that as well. And when you look at Oracle's cloud and their ability to scale, I did an estimate of all the servers that are out there, and Google is obviously very large, Amazon Web Services is very large, but if you take Oracle's, which is over 800 petabytes now, and then you take the compression that you can do with Oracle, it's actually probably the biggest cloud that's out there right now. So from a scalability standpoint, as big as the world is, as big as you can think, that's how large you can scale your applications. So we brought a customer that was not in the cloud, all on premise, and we put their EBS financials into the Oracle Cloud, and all of their manufacturing was still on site. And they were multi-currency, they were multi-country, and I think from the standpoint of initially, there was a lot of education that needed to happen. And the more education you put forth at the beginning edge of that project, the more likely you're going to be successful in the middle of that project. But they tend to be shorter in duration, and then when you get to the end of that, there's a lot of questions on things that people could do that they couldn't do before they got to the cloud. So things that the what ifs will say, what if I could extend my data to all of these data sources with big data? Well, they never asked that before because they never could do it before. Now that they're in the cloud, their whole world opens up on what the capabilities are for their company itself. So some of those discussions are interesting after the fact. I think the features that people want the most are already there. One of them is in-memory, so that you could put things with Oracle's 12c. You can have an in-memory database, so you can have columnar data, which is compressed and in-memory. Or if you're doing transactional data, it's in the buffer cache, so it's very fast to do that transaction. It's a different memory altogether. So when I look at the cloud, you need that because you're going to be dealing with larger volumes of data. The second one is going to be multi-tenancy, which Oracle already has, and that is just the ability to clone and move things around and maybe do an exchange partition with one of your vendors or one of your customers out there. So I think the way Oracle can move people quicker to the cloud is they just really need to educate people on the capabilities of the cloud and some of the benefits of the cloud. And I think as customers and vendors out there and partners of Oracle look at providing solutions for the cloud, I think people will be more likely to go there. But what I think right now is the biggest hesitancy is a lot of other cloud providers don't have any of the features Oracle has. And just letting people know that you have on-site Exadata, now you can have Exadata in the cloud, easy to move. You've got a lot of data you want to archive, you can move it to a slower, larger server or a faster, smaller server, depending on what you want to do. So just the capabilities that they have in-house or in the cloud. I think everybody knows that they need to move from on-premise to the cloud. They know the cloud is what's coming next. They know it's a way to quickly interface with social media, with big data very quickly. I think their hesitancy is don't shove it down our throats. Give us the opportunity to do a hybrid cloud so that our staff can be up to date on exactly how this works. And I think then they'll move there. So some of the criteria for when you're evaluating a cloud, to me, number one is SLA. Is my data going to be there? You look at a credit card company, they have 7 seconds until they're paying some other company because they didn't do the transaction fast enough. Usually it takes them 1 second to approve your transaction. So time and speed is probably the key one that I think that's out there. So what are some of the criteria people should be looking at? First of all is SLA. Will it be up? The second of all is it going to be on hardware and software that I'm used to? So I have a tech staff of 100 people. Are they going to be able to do their job when that data is in the cloud? So just being familiar with things. Can it scale? Is it large enough? How would Oracle rate on a scale of 1 to 10 with cloud solution? I think it depends absolutely on which cloud solution it is. Some are a 10 and some are lower. It depends which one you evaluate. People are looking at it now. The main thing is get educated, understand what's out there. I'll do 4 sessions here, all 4 of them have cloud. Why? Because I know it's important. Whether people are doing 12C, that's one of my talks, I know it's important to be ready for the cloud and how you would migrate that and what multi-tenant does to assist you in that process. I also have one on the Internet of Things, which talks about all of these devices that are going to be integrated with your database and big data, and obviously cloud plays perfectly to that one.